What up, everybody? It's your boy C's. We made a podcast. We're here doing a game recap. And of course, if I'm going to do a game recap, I'm going to bring out Serie A C's. And for today's recap, I'm going to be covering the Milan Derby. Inter Milan versus AC Milan. And let me go ahead and pull this up because I did not prepare for this correctly. I believe in the Serie A standing show, Inter Milan is sitting on top of the table with 12 points, and Milan is number 12, which makes sense because they suck. But there was some hype behind what's going on in this game. I mean, I believe Milan made some signings this year. They signed Theo Hernandez. They signed... they got Lucas Paqueta, but they got him a little while back. But Lucas Paqueta is a really good player. From Flamengo, was on the same team as Vinicius Jr. Pretty good player, good midfielder. I think he's super lefty though. I can't remember. They also got Rafael Leão from Lille. Not highly touted player, but talented nonetheless. And we'll talk about that during this match. And let's go ahead and just dive right into it. First thing I want to note, starting off this match, it was kind of a cool feel. I mean, as a long-time watcher and when I was younger and watching Ronaldo play and the Milan teams with Kaká and just Shevchenko and those ballers and even talking about as recently as they had Inter Milan having Adriano and Balotelli and this just classic Inter Milan classic Milan derbies, and it was fun to watch. It felt kind of cool. It felt like it was supposed to be a big match, which is cute because it's still a number 1 versus like a number 12, and man, Milan definitely plays like a number 12 team, and I'm not gonna do that yet. Let's do this recap right now. The match started off, of course. We've been talking about this. We made it the last 2 weeks. A lot of the racism and the controversy going on in Italy. Actually, not controversy, just pure racism happening. They had the classic derby against racism. I was like, yeah, sure, great, man. That's good to know. It's the derby against racism. The same thing. Never mind. Nah, I'm not gonna do this. Bam's gonna be mad at me. I'm not gonna do it. AC Milan decided to start Rafael Leão over. Oh yeah, they got that Rakitic dude from Frankfurt. I remember him. He's very regular, but I remember he had a couple good goals in Champions League. He's a good player. They got him for a 2-year loan, I believe that's what they said. But they started Rafael Leão, which kind of surprised me. I've watched glimpses of Rafael Leão when he was on Lille, like very much, not acting like I watched a ton of Lille games, but just remember seeing him and go, oh, you guys pretty good. Starting from Milan, I was like, okay. Didn't really get a look at him. They're doing the lineups, and I was like, hey man, that guy is huge. Pause. He's 6'1". I was like, God damn. Was playing up there up top next to Patek, I think. Louis Patek Philippe. He was out there with him. So 5 minutes into the game, Chiesi thugged out Sensi. I mean, thugged him out. It was actually pretty hilarious to watch because Sensi's like, when you're like someone so much more powerful than you and so much stronger that when he tackled him, it was like Sensi almost like melted into Chiesi, which was kind of dope to watch. My first time recording on my iPad, by the way, and I'm getting flooded by emails, so I'm hella distracted right now. Yes, Rodriguez started the match. Ricardo Rodriguez to me sucks. I can't believe he's starting. Theo Hernandez is incredible, but damn, I'd start him over, Ricardo Rodriguez. I think Theo Hernandez is a freaking world champion, right? Didn't he win with a World Cup champion? Didn't he win with France? Was he on the team? I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I get those brothers confused, and that's not my fault. He looked kind of, but also Theo Hernandez looked kind of chubby in warm-ups. Must have been chilling off that injury, chilling a little bit. Anyways, so I decided for this match to even do a Rafael Leão tracker. I was like, you know what? I want to do a tracker. It's been a while. My last Milan player tracker was none other than Bakayoko, and I prayed that, like Drake said, I pray, Rafael Leão would do better. So I did a tracker. Just being up front, Rafael Leão played incredible to me. He had an absolutely flawless first half, and second half things, not necessarily for him. I think he played pretty good. I just think the whole team was awful in the beginning and then really bad in the second half. So he kind of went down with them and he got subbed out. But Rafael had, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 good plays and 2 bad plays. And then the second bad play, I even made a note about it, which I'll tell you guys later. All right, so 7 minutes in, Rodriguez almost gave a back pass really super lazy to Donnarumma. And it almost got cookie snatched by Lautaro. But if it was like Lautaro was a second there and ahead of time, he probably would have got that goal. Wasn't there just in time, but it almost got cracking right there. There's my cat walking around here. Jesus Christ. 13 minutes in, I made a note that I am extremely bored, and AC Milan is awful. For what that's worth. 17 minutes work. 17 minutes. 17 minutes. Nice pass by Lautaro to Lukaku. Lukaku wasn't able to finish that ball, but if I'm just gonna nitpick, either Lukaku needs to one touch that kick, he needs to one touch it, receive that ball from Lautaro and just one touch it, or he needs to have a right foot that's very effective. Yeah, so close, but not enough. He did kick with the right foot, but if he just one touch was left, I think it would have been pretty nasty. That's kind of hard to time, but I just said if I was a nitpick. I'm not saying. And also today, I forgot to mention, I'm wearing the Ghana jersey today. Just shout out Ghana real quick. Yeah, why not? So anyways, 21 minutes in, I said AC Milan is atrocious defensively. I mean, I think at right back they had Conti, who used to be like a winger at Fiorentina, and he came in for a B winger. I don't know why he's playing defense, but that's not helping. So I would probably not play him at defense anymore. Also, Musacchio still playing back there. I mean, I don't think Musacchio's been good since he was on, was it Villarreal? I can't remember. But those days are long gone. I mean, he's bad. That whole back line's bad. You don't even really sign. You sign a fullback. You're running an offense that just nothing's happening in the midfield. Nothing's being created. The only person that was literally remotely creative on that field for a good majority of the game was Rafael Leão. They have that number 10 whose name I can't pronounce. I know he's a Turkish player. He I don't know what he does. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where he is and what he does. I think he's just there. And then when you're watching Milan play, you just see a bunch of jerseys running around and then eventually losing the ball. I think there might have been one save in the game. One? I mean, AC Milan might have had one goal on target. One, maybe. I don't remember. 40 minutes in, young Suso. That guy is he's a We Made It classic. He's been mentioned even in the prior days of our boy Tezzy being on here. He at the 40-minute mark stole a ball off of Sensi, which is a dope name, and Sensi is a baller, sir. He's good. He's very good. I think they got him off Sassuolo, but he's a baller. Stole the ball. He ran probably 450 yards with the ball. 450 yards, and didn't pass it to anybody. He ran all the way from one side of the field to the other, and basically got the ball sort of jacked, didn't, somehow got a shot off, got deflected, didn't even, nothing. No, not goalie contest, not a shot on target. And it sucks because other players are making a run with him, such as Rafael Leão was playing a great game, made a great run off the left side, was wide open, and Suso said, nah, this is my time to shine, and he didn't shine. So that was the AC Milan bright point in the first half. Yeah, that was rough. 43-minute mark, I wrote, no lie at this point, Leão Leon, gotta stop balling. It was getting pretty ridiculous. In the first half, I was kind of getting tired of putting plus marks. I mean, the dude is doing everything you ask. I mean, he literally did step overs to pass up a player. He did a header because AC Milan plays long ball United. Those does a long ball. Rafael does a header to a header pass, like a header through ball pass, kind of like the old Gareth Bale before he was not ancient and washed up now. Is attacking the ball crazy fast. I just like, what the hell is dude so damn fast. He's you could tell he probably watched a lot of Ronaldo play. Definitely not the same player, but I mean you could tell, like, having that size and speed. I would probably assume that's somebody you might be trying to emulate. I mean, I wouldn't. Who else would you look towards that, could kind of fit your game more than him? And he really tries to play. He's part of that new generation of Portuguese players that's kind of coming up, and he's really good. Like, yeah, he had a great play, balling out first half, didn't make a single mistake, and yeah. But once again, he does a step over move. He crossed it to the middle, and Piatek, who I don't know what he does ever, doesn't do anything this time either. Kind of just messes up and doesn't score with the ball. Rough. Yeah. I wrote first half Z's across. Just, if I could snore on this, I would. That's how I felt about the first half. Yeah. 49 minutes. Oh, no, half notes. Halftime notes. I wrote that the first half, things that Milan had to do to win his game. Number one, make some freaking substitutions. Your midfield was atrocious. So why not bring some fire? If you're not getting any kind of like effectiveness, clinical passing, technique, one-on-one battles, anything from your midfield. The only midfielder that was doing remotely anything was Kessie. Kessie was once again all over the place, playing sensational, powerful, advancing, going back. Just a great player. Like, he's freaking amazing, to be honest with you. He's amazing. If he had anybody over there that had some technique, put in work, like a Lucas Paqueta, probably things might be a little bit differently. Not really, but it would do something. It would do something for the players up top working hard to try to score. They don't have any midfield. So Inter, with that typical Conte style of just intense pressure in the first half, was just all over them, pressing them heavy, winning the midfield battles. It was really rough from AC Milan in the beginning. Inter was all over them. 49-minute mark, Brozovic with a free kick pass deflection, like a free kick goal. It was a free kick pass. Since he passed the free kick to Brozovic, Brozovic shot it in his typical I can shoot from long range. Kind of deflected a little bit, and the goal went in. The VAR was showing, well, the ref wanted to see the VAR, even though, to me, Lautaro was nowhere close to it. VAR showed, they wanted to review to see if Lautaro touched the ball offsides. The VAR concluded that it was a goal. Took 3 minutes to find that out, and then the crowd reacted again and went crazy. Hate VAR. But yeah, so 1-0, Inter Milan up. Score, Brozovic. 58-minute mark, I wrote, I'm sad that I had to put a minus on this play, but Rafael Leão, which is true. This is the first negative play. It took until the 58th minute mark until Rafael Leão did something wrong. Not wrong necessarily, but it counts as a minus. The player trackers, we made it, doesn't play games with them. We're strict to the T, and we just follow the rules. Sorry, buddy. He had a ball, and he blew by Godin. It looked like Godin, someone pressed, like, they have the speed when you're watching a video. Someone put 0.5x, 0.5 times on Godin, and he's like running slow motion. And Rafael Leão, with like the same body motion, was just covering distance and blew past him. But because Godin is crafty, he's a baller. He, played in Spain, Uruguayan baller, just just tapped the ball a little bit as Rafael passed him and was about to blow him into eternity, and the ball bounced off Rafael Leão and went out of bounds for a goal kick. It was about to be a nasty play. It was scary. Rafael Leão was one of those players that, like, he is extreme. Some players are good. Some players are talented and fast or whatever. And then there's some players that are just straight dangerous. I would consider him a dangerous player. That's a guy to watch out for. He's super good. But first negative. Another note, Milan. I wrote Milan, AC Milan, of course, is bad. 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 Also, ESPN Plus, can they stop doing this? Like, man, all the papers in Italy are reporting this is the lineup. I don't understand why they kept talking about how the papers were going to say these are the Milan starting papers. What newspapers, man? What newspapers, bro? Who's reading a newspaper? Is that really still the thing? I mean, I don't live in Italy. Maybe I'm just sounding ignorant right now. But ESPN freaking Plus, it's just streaming. We're watching this game on streaming. Then they keep talking about the papers. What newspapers, man? What is this, the 1950s? Come on, dog. That was annoying. So they kept saying the papers were reporting this. The paper, just stop it. It was them Twitter. It was them tweets. Okay, it was tweets reporting that. Just start saying tweets are saying this is the lineup. That's what you guys are saying now because it's 2019, not 1943. Okay. Lucky for number 79 minutes. Suso. We'll make a quick note about Suso. I have Suso is the most fake good player of all time. Suso, you look at him, you're like, that guy might be a baller. Suso touches the ball for half a second, you go, okay. Then he starts playing, and you go, why? You know what it is? He has everything to be good, but he's just really, really, really bad at decision making. Just terrible. And it's not like he's 16, and you're like, oh man, he's a 16-year-old player, and you know he's got time to learn. It's just like that's who he is. Yeah, he's the best fake good player of all time. 79 mark Lukaku literally dunked a header on AC Milan. I mean, like, AC Milan's defense was so bad, this game should have been 7-0, but it was only, but this goal made it 2-0, so Lukaku with another goal. I believe that's 3 in 3 Serie A matches? I believe so. I think so. Don't quote me on that. After that, the teams were feeling kind of dead. It was rough. A lot of subs going on. Paqueta did come in the game. And, of course, Milan played a little bit better with him in. But they were so bad, it didn't make a difference. 92nd minute mark. Candreva almost, as usual. I feel like every time Candreva comes in the game, even if it's at the end or he starts, he just has a highlight of some sort. He has a beautiful counterattack. Almost scored a dope goal. Bounces off the crossbar. It doesn't go in. He's a baller. Candreva's a super baller. I miss his big beard, though. It's kind of gangster. And he's like the only dude there with a tucked in shirt, just straight goon status. End of the match though, 2-0, Inter Milan up, extending their lead. I'm not extending. I mean, Juventus won too, and so I guess they didn't extend their lead. But Milan, AC Milan lost again. They're awful. It's like AC Milan is one of those teams that, like, if you were making a team on FIFA, but on FIFA you make teams that you know you play good with the controllers with. But this is real life. And in real life, these players don't do that kind of stuff. So, ref looked awful. Inter Milan looked pretty good. You know what's cool about Inter Milan? They're running that Antonio Conte, 3-5-2, whatever the Blaze is called. And, I can't breathe, my cat allergies. The thing is with that formation, it's perfect because they signed a bunch of midfielders that are both box to box. A bunch of box to box guys comes in. They take out Sensi. Another box to box attacker comes in. Oh, God, that was rough. I had to get that out. I was dying, y'all. I think I saw it on my face. But yeah. So they have a lot of box to box players. Got a good cams out there. They took out Sensi. Another guy came in, Pantonio. I don't remember his name. He was a baller too. They have a lot of really good players. Inter's a dangerous team. Inter can do a lot. I think that what makes Inter better is not necessarily Lukaku. I mean, he's a good player. But I think their midfield. Their midfield is a big game changer. And if they can keep controlling midfield, especially with 5 players in there, a couple wing backs, if they can really control that midfield, they can put in work. I miss Nainggolan, but they look fine without him, to be honest. So, it's a great game for anybody who enjoys boring games. But Inter Milan with the win, 2-0. This has been Caesar We Made It Podcast. My allergies are kicking in, and I can't breathe anymore. But make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, the Bumble, all those apps, Hinge, whatever. We're on everything, dude. We're on everything. We Made It Podcast. Gmail us if you have any questions. We'd love to answer them. Love to argue. Loved everything, man. We just like to talk. So check us out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sneezed and my cat disrupted it twice, so I'm sorry. Love y'all. Peace.